I realized probably early on that if you agree with me or if you like, subscribe, or share, I appreciate it. But honestly, I don't care if you do.
Keep it turned on to OG Reacts. You came this far, so run it back. Keep it tuned in to OG Reacts. If you know, you know, you know the vibe, no cap. No cap. I pull up.
And peace, family. It's your boy OG, and I want to welcome you to OG Reacts. And today we are checking out. We got a couple of things to do. We're gonna check out A Million Places, the official music video, critique that a little bit, and also I got a bit of a soapbox that I'm got to jump on. And so, for those of you who know about my soapboxes, feel free to jump straight to the reaction. If you don't feel like listening to OG ramble, today we're gonna, part of my soapbox is really about, XG fandom, people who, are in my comments and stuff like that. And so I just want to, set the record straight a little bit. And so we'll spend some time on that. But um, yeah, so before we get into the video, let's get into this soapbox, right? So, I've been reacting to XG for about 5 months now. I basically found them, scrolling through IG and been hooked ever since for the last 5 months. I mean, I can say consistently, XG is a part of my life now. I hold a weekly, a Monday and a Wednesday live that really is all about XG, right? We watch extra XG or XG days. We kick it about a lot of different stuff, anywhere between 50 to 100 people on a regular basis, just those alphas and people who just love XG. And so that's been pretty dope and has kept me in my space around this incredible group of ladies doing what they do almost better than anybody I've seen do it. And so it's been an exciting ride, right? But what has been eye opening is how weird fandom can be. I say that because I didn't know what it was all about. I didn't know what fandom really was. You know what I mean? Like, I knew fans existed. I knew that there was a beehive and that there was a I don't know what Nicki Minaj's group is. But anyway, I knew that fans existed, and I had heard um people talk about how you don't want to mess with fandoms of, or you don't want to mess with the artists because fandoms tend to, get at people, right? And so that was always weird to me just because I had never entertained fandom, right? Like, I never, when I started this channel, it was really inspired by XG and what I was seeing. And so I had never really experienced fandom. And then, I started to do, once I got into XG and started to learn a little bit more about K-pop and X-pop and all this other pop stuff, I started entertaining other groups, right? So, I've done some member stuff of BTS. I've done some reaction to Blackpink, Bad Villain, New Jeans. So, I'm a little bit more versed than I was, say, 5 months ago. But in that experience of reviewing or reacting to some of these people, I started to have these experiences in the comments with fans. I tell you that, my way of reacting to something, and that is in life or on YouTube, is that I don't want to just celebrate something for the sake of celebrating it. If there is something honest that needs to be said about it. And so when I watch XG or any of these other groups, it is through a lens of critique. It's not just about what I'm listening to or seeing or feeling, but it is really about what my thoughts are around this stuff because I'm an OG. I think about things. And so when I make these videos, generally I'm singing the praise of XG. But every now and then, in particular over the last month and a half, I've been a little bit more critical about what I've been experiencing from XG. And when I am critical, I speak to my critique. It's just what I do because my thoughts are there and I'm going to share them. But nonetheless, I always have these weirdos pop into my comments who, in my opinion, never watch the complete video. They take a moment, the moment that they hear something critical about their group, and this is fandom across the board, whether it is BTS, Blackpink, or whatever. But the moment you say something critical, I'm not even saying something bad. I'm just saying something to make you think. There's some weirdos in the comments who stop right there because that was an opportunity for them to say something, to speak about what was said, as opposed to listening in its entirety and then making a comment. And I know most of them don't because when I challenge them on their thinking based upon what I actually said in the video, it generally doesn't match up. That's how I know that there's a large group of fandom who are just protective to be protective. Not necessarily for these girls to grow, to get better, for Simon to get better, to it's just protection, and it's weird to me. The reality is that the opinions don't bother me. When you have a difference of opinion with what OG has said, I welcome that. I'm okay with opinion. The only time we are going to have an issue is when you make judgment of character based upon what I've said. So I've heard in comments, oh, you sound jealous, or you're a hater, or um, whatever. Character stuff, right? If you challenge my character, then that's when I have to come back at you, call you an idiot, call you a weirdo, whatever, because none of this is about this is just a man stating his opinion about what he hears, sees, and experiences from a group of young ladies that he has already touted as some of his favorite in the world. So, and I'm not here to defend uh my love for XG because really the proof is in the pudding, right? Like I spend a significant amount of time talking and sharing about XG. There's 100 million things I could do other than that. I happen to enjoy listening to these girls, watching these girls turn into the superstars that they are becoming. I had this one dude. I'm gonna try to post it because he's super weirdo, and his take is that how do you critique music if you don't do music? So how do you critique? And it's not even critiquing music. It's critiquing what you're experiencing. The music, the visuals, the dancing, the whatever. How do you critique it if you have no history in music? Now that's for me that's a fairly idiotic statement, right? I don't know if it is to you, but to me it's a fairly idiotic statement. They're creating art, right? And they're creating the art in large part to sell. And so in order to sell something, opinions are going to get made on the product or the service. That's how life works. So you don't have to necessarily be an artist or a musician or whatever to have an opinion or to be able to critique what you are hearing, seeing, and experiencing. But I digress because a lot of people don't really understand reaction videos. I would argue that 95% of the reactors that are on YouTube don't like the music that they're reacting to. Now, I say 95, it may be 90, right? But I would say that many don't even like, particularly if it's a cultural shift from who they are. So if you have a bunch of black kids from neighborhoods in the United States or even across the world, and again, this is a general statement, this is not all, and they are commenting on BTS, and I state BTS for a reason, so and I'll get back to it. Reactors know that if they sing the praise of the artists, the fandom will pay them with comments, with subscriptions, and with likes. That's how the algorithm works. Well, they know that they'll receive that from the fandom, and in turn, what YouTube will do is celebrate their ability to get comments, likes, and subscriptions by posting their videos more. So it becomes a business move to celebrate these artists because you know that their fandom will help you make more money, get more views, get more subscriptions, get more. Now, I say all this because I realized probably early on that if you agree with me or if you like, subscribe, or share, which is, one of those statements that always get said in videos, I appreciate it. But honestly, I don't care if you do. Because what's more important to me is my integrity. What's more important to me is to celebrate shit that I actually enjoy. I enjoy. Part of the reason, like if you look at my video log list, you'll see a couple of videos from Jungkook, who is a member of BTS. You'll see a couple of Blackpink videos. You'll see another, I can't remember his name from BTS, but he's another one, right? The BTS, without having done BTS videos, because I haven't done any of them, are my highest viewed, liked, comment, and shared videos. Now, if I was in this to be a YouTuber, what I should have learned from that is that all I need to do is to do more BTS, more Blackpink, and just tell people how dope this is, and I'll have 10,000, maybe 100,000 views easy. Easy. Easy, because the fandom is so intense for Blackpink, so intense for BTS. It's ridiculous. You know why I won't do that? Is because I don't like their music. General statement. I love Jungkook's "Standing Next to You." I think that's a great song. I actually really like. I can't think of his name, but I like some of his song. But I actually went to Blackpink's page and watched some of their videos, and I went to BTS's page and watched some of their videos. I don't like it. And if I don't like it, therefore I am not going to react to it, because that's not interesting to me to just be on here celebrating something that I don't like or trashing something that other people like. That's not a good look for me. I'm not interested in that. And so ultimately, I don't do it. And I want to be clear. I don't have a desire to be a YouTuber, right? Like if you like, subscribe, or share, that's great. I appreciate it. But if you don't, that's okay as well, because I'm not here for you. And so and I say that just because the dude that I said is a weirdo. He'll say things like, other YouTubers didn't have a negative thing to say about. Who cares what other YouTubers had to say about anything? Like, I take that as a compliment if I said something that other people aren't saying, or I have a stance on something that other people don't, or an opinion. Wherever the masses are going, Generally, to me, that's a sign I need to go in a different direction. And my direction is always going to be what is true to OG, period. So when I say to you, is this Love's video is subpar to me, that doesn't mean that you have to agree or disagree, right? If you disagree, shoot your shot. Tell me why. Maybe you'll change my mind. But you can't question my integrity around what I'm saying. I ain't got no ulterior motives for this. I don't care if you like my comment. I don't care if you subscribe to my channel. I don't care. I honestly do not care. I want to be able to sit down in this chair in front of this camera and be Dre. That's it. That's the beauty of being me, right? Is that I'm comfortable in my own skin. I don't feel like I have to prove anything to anybody. If you can't take critique, if you're a fan of a group or whatever and you can't take critique of that group, then I question your fandom of them, right? Or I question whether you truly want to see them grow. I know that when I watch XG, in large part because I've watched the document, I feel like I know these girls on some real shit. I feel like I know them and I want them to succeed. When I see things that stand out, both good and bad, I'm going to say something about it. You don't have to agree, you can agree, but don't question my integrity ever just because I believe that reactors like me on YouTube are few and far between. That there are more just people who are performing just for clicks as opposed to those who are really on here sharing what they really think about what's going on. And ultimately that's really why I won't do or I haven't done. I won't say I won't do other stuff, but that's really why I haven't done it. It's just because I know that if I went on a BTS spree, most of it would be me saying, "Oh, this shit's not for me." And it doesn't mean that they're not talented. It doesn't mean that they're not great. It doesn't mean that their fans shouldn't be super proud of that group. It's just not my thing. And I'm okay with sharing that. My opinion of the last month and a half of XG has been it's been a subpar management of their closeout, with the exception of the Tokyo Dome. Tokyo Dome, killer performance, great performance, ended just how they should have ended. Coachella, it was okay. I would say it was okay. The girls were great in spite of it not being an incredible experience, that an opportunity that they could have taken advantage of. Ty Dolla Signs was on before them at Coachella, or at least the first one. I don't know. I can't remember if he was on for the second one, but he was on before them on the first one. If you saw Ty Dolla Sign's stage, he had it set up like it was a prison and a yard, and it was a whole kind of setup. Now his performance was okay. He had a lot of special guests, whatever. His performance was okay, but he filled up that stage. That stage looked like stuff was going on. XG didn't do that with at Coachella. My opinion. XG looked small on that stage. And they gave the dancers too much love at this Coachella performance. That whole interlude where it was just Sienna and her crew doing the dance, I could have did I definitely could have did without that. Simon could have came out and did some DJing while the video was playing. They could have did some solo stuff or some stuff with the girls in between, but the whole dance break, total waste of, it felt like 15 minutes. 15 minutes on a Coachella stage and you disappear to let some randoms dance. And this is not a critique of the dancers or Sienna as the dance guru or whatever. It's just, this is Coachella and nobody was coming to Coachella or watching it on TV to see that. In spite of that, the girls did great, particularly in the second performance where they turned down the background vocals, and you could hear the girls a lot more in how incredible they are singing live. But I feel like Coachella was a miss. I feel like Is This Love was a miss. I feel like In the Rain was a miss, the music video. Now, again, I don't expect your opinion doesn't have to be the same as mine. But then we got into the Tokyo Dome, the last performance, and that was incredible. It was an incredible show from start to finish. It was incredible, and it made me really hopeful and optimistic about what's to come for these girls. And so, weirdos, stay out of my comments, please.
If you're doing it, stop it. Get some help.
Right? If you got an opinion, please share it. If it's different than mine, that's okay. I don't, I might learn something from you based upon your opinion, right? But don't question where my opinion is coming from, because clearly it's because I enjoy and love what these girls are doing. Simon needs to step up a little bit better to close out. I think this is a learning experience for him, right? I know some of you think that Simon can't make no mistakes, but the reality is that everybody makes mistakes. And in hindsight, that's when generally we're like, oh yeah, I could have did things a little bit better. And so I think Simon will look at this last month and a half and say, yeah, we should have did this different. We should have did this different. This could have been a lot better. We could have made a video that was a little bit more like this. And that's just all I'm saying. But anyway, that's my soapbox. Let's get to some videos. This is A Million Places, XG. Let's get it.
I just touched down in H-Town and spent last night in H-Town, and then woke up in New York City. What's it like in Paris lately? Wide awake like the city never sleeps. One too many things I never seen. No place.
So it's so crazy, right? We were on live. We were on live watching the video, and the song played first, and somebody had mentioned that it was Kokona that was singing that little part, right? And, for those of you who don't know, Kokona is my super bias on XG. Nobody is in that spot as far as Kokona goes. But I wasn't ready for Kokona singing, right? And I know she can sing, but she's generally like Kokona. I almost feel like Kokona hasn't gotten the love that she should get in this first iteration of XG as far as her talent goes. And so when I realized that, because I said that shit ain't Kokona. Oh, we were watching the video of when they have the faces up top and the song words in the bottom, and it kind of jumps to the different people, and so it jumped to Kokona in that part, and I was like, oh, that's not Kokona, that can't be Kokona. And then everybody was like, that is fucking Kokona, okay? And so then when we watched the concert, and in the concert footage, Kokona was singing that part, blew me away. I was blown away, like I in part because it sounded incredible, but two, because it was Kokona, right? And so now I have the expectation in this next iteration of XG that Simon better get on his job and give Kokona her shine. She is more than a rapper. She can sing, and I need it. Period.
I'd rather be than being in the middle of your life. Dreamed a lot of things that would right around, different city names that we can't pronounce, till you held us down. No matter where we are, we're looking for you everywhere we go. Reaching your hands while we on the road, all around the world, all around the globe. We love you in a million ways and a million
mean, this song. So this song falls in line to me with it's okay, right? It's not a great song. It's a really good song. And what makes it really good is because if you're an XG fan, this is for you, right? Like that's what this song is. This song is for you. If you're not an XG fan, you're probably like, "Oh, this is a cute song, but like this song has sentimental value." Right? If you like I listen to the song and even more so when I watch the video and now I see clips that I've seen clips of as far as their travels and stuff like that, you're just like, "Oh, this is just a great vibe," right? But the song is not an incredible song, and because I've seen the video is not an incredible video, but it is a gift to ALPHAZ, which I love. I love the idea. I love the song because that's what it is.
Hearing your voices in every line, crossing every sea, every borderline. We love you in a million ways, in a million places, in a million places, in a million places. Ooh, we love you in a million places. 6 p.m. I'm watching sunset in LA, shooting TikToks on top of Golden Gate. I push my way through the Brooklyn banks. I'm always switching scenery, so you know I'll be on my way. I'm off to breaking boundaries in each and every state, city, or place, just to see the smile in your face. Word up, I had to pick up the slang. Hope I remember, I'm still picking my brain. Dreamed a lot of things, now we're right around.
That's a dope line.
City names that we can't pronounce, still you held us down. No matter where we are, we're looking for you everywhere we go. Reaching your hands when we on the road. All around the world, all around the globe. We love you in a million.
It's almost like if you know XG, if you follow them at all, it's almost impossible not to like this song. Right? Like this is such a heartfelt song, right? Like if you're an alpha, this is for you. Like you gotta love this. Like I haven't looked at any comments on the video or whatever, and so I don't know what the general sense is. But if you know Coco, Maya, Juria, Jurin, Harvey, Hanada, then you love this song. You got to. I mean, I I love it, but don't like it. You understand? I don't know if you understand. I love it, but yeah, I don't know.
In a million places, touched by the shining lights, hearing your voices in every line, crossing every sea, every borderline. We love you in a million ways, in a million places. There's no place like home. I'm holding it
And Chisa, I forgot
close.
Chisa.
I'm taking it with me. It's part of my soul, just like the memories, yeah. They stay with me, yeah. They never leave, yeah. No. Looking for you everywhere we go. Reaching your hands when we on the road. All around the world, all around the globe. We love you in a million ways, in a million places. Touched by the shining lights, hearing your voices in every line, crossing every sea, every borderline.
I mean, we for those of you who have watched, I mean, some of you have been around a lot longer than I have, and you've watched the documentary. You've been riding this XG train for a while. I have literally in 5 months watched them become women. Right? Like I literally watch. Like I look at Harvey of late just because she's thickening up. Right? Like. I see the thickness in her, right? Like I see her becoming the woman, right? And I see them changing physically. I see Jurin thinning, getting thinner. I see Chisa kind of getting diva-ish. I see Hanada getting more beautiful, right? Like it's it's dope to kind of watch this evolution. And so, I'm super grateful and appreciative to have like these young ladies pop up on my algorithm and give me something to watch and evolve with as well.
We love you in a million ways, in a million places, in a million places, in a million places, in a million places. Ooh, we love you in a million places, in a million places. See you in a million places.
Super dope, super dope, super dope. So yeah, that's a million places. I think it's a beautiful song, and the collage that is the video of their touring and going around the world is really dope as well. Um, Again, I don't think the intention was this for this to be some top 100 or top 10 song or whatever. This was really a gift, and I think it was smart on Simon's part to give alphas something like this as they in this part of their journey, right? So it's your boy OG. I know this was a long one. I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Like, subscribe, share, comment, or not. And I'll see you next time. Peace.
Oh yeah. No need to ask, guess who stepped in the building? Smash the subscribe in case you're unfamiliar. Say what's up to OG and his OG crew. And if you like what you saw, you know what to do. Ladies, he's not your regular. Every tune consumed, and yes, he's particular. Dre brings the vibes, and you bring the energy. Could've said it was dope, but instead let's keep it real. Keep it tuned into OG Reacts. If you know, you know, you know the vibe, no cap. Keep it turned on to OG Reacts. He came this far, so run it back.
Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment. All that good stuff.
Keep it turned on to OG Reacts. You came this far, so run it back. Keep it tuned in to OG Reacts. If you know, you know, you know the vibe, no cap.
No cap.
I pull up with the heat and the new drops. From XG bops to the best in hip-hop. Keep the 100, I ain't gonna fake. If the verse ain't fire, then the beat gets baked.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. OG Reacts, bringing this view to you. Tell me what's next, what's on deck. You never know, but so you better check. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. If you know, hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next OG video.
Keep it turned on to OG Reacts. You came this far, so run it back. Keep it tuned in to OG Reacts. If you know, you know, you know the vibe, no cap. And all that good stuff. 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 reacts. It came this far, so run it back. Keep it tuned in to OG Reacts.